Hello everyone, thank you guys so much for joining me today for this video. So this is going to be a part 2 of my January Q&A because I got a lot of really good questions and I wasn't able to answer very many of them in my last video because I tend to just ramble on, I suppose. For some reason on the camera it looks like I'm wearing a lot of blush, but I'm really not, so I don't know why it's like, it's really weird. Before I get started with this video, I wanted to give a shout out to this other YouTuber, and her username is Bluebell8, and I will leave a link to her channel below. She has some really cute videos. It's like a beauty channel basically, so mostly girls would probably be interested in it, but she has some really cute videos, and you know, we were talking on Instagram a little bit, and she has cute YouTube videos, and she doesn't have very many subscribers or views, so it'd be cool if you guys could go check out her channel. I think she deserves more subscribers and stuff. So yeah, I'll leave a link to her channel right down below. Okay, I'm gonna read some questions and try and answer them. I was curious what you thought of the last 2 Star Wars films. I really love The Force Awakens. I don't know why people say bad things about it. I love it, and I bought it on Amazon Prime as soon as it came out, and I watch it, you know, pretty regularly, and I really like it. But I have not seen Rogue One yet. I keep like putting it off and putting it off, like, oh, I want to go see that, I need to go see that. Still haven't gone to see that. I hope it's still in theaters because I really want to go see it. So I haven't seen Rogue One yet, but I really liked The Force Awakens a lot. I've noticed my eye color changes a couple of days before a depressive manic episode. Does this happen to you? I haven't really noticed that, to be honest. I just didn't really look for it, and I haven't really had like a serious episode in a long time. But yeah, I've never really heard of that. That might be a thing, I'm not sure. Oh my god, I'm choking. I gotta loosen this choker. Next question. Do you celebrate Christmas all year long? No, I don't. I can only handle Christmas for the allotted time that Christmas gets. Basically the month of December and maybe like the first week of January, and that's it. You know, Christmas is kind of stressful in my opinion. I mean, there's a lot of awesome things about Christmas. Like it's also really fun, and like Christmas Day is like so fun. But there are also a lot of stressful aspects of Christmas, so I do not celebrate it all year long. I only celebrate it in December and the beginning of January, and then it's like Christmas is over, time to think about spring. Okay, can't wait for springtime. It's been pretty warm for the past couple of days. It's like 71 is the high today, which is unheard of for January, but I don't mind it. I like the warm weather. What keeps you going in life? What is your drive, motivation? Honestly, I just like being alive, unless I'm like going through like an actual bout of depression or something really bad happens, or I get mad about something. Like, you know, besides like dealing with depression or whatever, which I don't really have serious depression at all anymore just because of medication, blah blah blah. But as far as just on a day-to-day basis, as long as I'm not dealing with something that's really difficult, I get motivation just from being alive. And yeah, I mean, yeah, some mornings I won't have any motivation, some days I don't have any motivation, but you know, I am just internally motivated, I guess. You know, I'm really interested in things. I like learning about things. I love nature. I love my cats, and I love watching shows. So I think one really big motivation for me is like TV shows, which might be kind of weird for some people, but I really like the video medium, and I really like movies and TV shows. So like, I'm not gonna lose motivation for life because I'm really excited about the next season of Game of Thrones. And I'm really excited to watch the next episode of Luke Cage, because I'm watching Luke Cage right now and it's a really good show. And I'm really excited about, I don't know, going to see Rogue One. I haven't seen that yet. I'm really excited about the next season of Westworld, so that keeps me going. I'm really excited to keep playing my Pokemon game. And I don't know, so I think it just comes down to finding things that you love, finding things that, like, either things that you can do that you are passionate about, or things that you can like, that you're interested in, that you can be passionate about, that can keep you going. So yeah, just like find things that you really love, and that keeps, well, keep you going. That's what keeps me going. Like the things that I really enjoy and I just try to enjoy them fully and not enjoy them. I don't know. But yeah, basically just things that I get excited about. That's my motivation. So just being excited about, you know, small things. If you consider the next season of Westworld to be a small thing, which is not. Okay, next question. What fascinates, stimulates you about relationships? I don't know if you mean like romantic relationships or just like relationships in general, but if you're talking about like relationships in general, what fascinates me is like thinking about like people's day-to-day life. Like, I wonder what her day-to-day life is and what kind of thoughts go through her head. Like, I'm really interested in like the thoughts that go through people's heads in their day-to-day life, and like what their world looks like through their eyes, which I guess is like a really empathetic thing. I don't know, but I don't know. I am interested in how other people see the world, and kind of like, I don't know, and I'm interested in how people are different from me, because you know, there are some people out there who want people to be exactly like them, and if other people aren't just like them, then they get angry. You know, a lot of people like don't like differences and, you know, shun them or are afraid of them or whatever. But that's what really fascinates me probably about relationships with people, is being fascinated by how people are different, you know, whether it's a romantic relationship or just a relationship in general, just being fascinated by how people are different from me. So I'm not the kind of person who like buddies up on people about the things that we have in common. I mean, sometimes I'll do that just to like, you know, change things up a little bit or something. But what fascinates me most is how I'm different than other people, and trying to figure out, you know, that, because like, if you want to be perfectly honest about everything, everyone's different, everyone's unique. There's no one exactly like you. That's just a fact. We all have different genetics and different upbringing, different environments that we evolve within. So yeah, and I think that's really fascinating. Okay, the next question is, what video games are you looking forward to getting in the future? And are you going to get the Nintendo Switch? I'm not going to get the Nintendo Switch, but my roommate is going to get the Nintendo Switch. So I'll just like take a look at his. Yeah. And what games am I excited about? Well, the only game that I was excited about getting was Pokemon Moon and Sun, and I got both of those. First I played Pokemon Moon all the way through, and then I got Pokemon Sun for Christmas so that I could play that one too. So I'm playing Pokemon Sun right now. And I mean, it's the same game essentially, but I had to have an excuse to like keep playing the game. And you know, there's tons of like after game stuff to do. I'm still playing like with both of them. But yeah, I kind of want to play The Sims again. Someone asked me a question about The Sims recently, and so now I'm kind of like really itching to play The Sims again. So I don't know like what Sims game is out right now or coming out or whatever, but I really want to play The Sims game. So yeah, I don't know. Whenever I have a video game, I spend like hours and hours and hours playing that one game, and so I like just zero in on whatever one game I'm playing, and right now that's Pokemon Sun and Moon, so I'm not really thinking about any other games right now. Okay, do you have any books or movies to recommend? I do have some books to recommend. Let me go to my Audible, because I can recommend you guys some books that I've been listening to. I already recommended The Girl on the Train in one of my favorites videos that I did recently. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, that's a really good one. Psychological thriller. I also really like Room by Emma Donoghue. That was really good. The Absolutely True Diary. No, don't download. The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, I think is what it's called. That was a really good book. All the Harry Potter books, I listened to those on the Audible. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, that's really good. Gone Girl is really good. What else is good? 100 Years of Solitude, I listened to that a long time ago. Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides. And the reason I listened to this book is because I heard that it's like a life-changing book, and it really did change my life. Like, I started to see things differently after I, you know, listened to this book, which I wasn't expecting. Like, You wouldn't expect that, but it's just a really good book about being transgendered or whatever. It's just a good book. Yeah, so Middlesex by Jeffrey Gennades. It's a memoir, I believe. The Beautiful and the Damned by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's really good. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison is a good book. All the Game of Thrones books. What else is good? Ender's Game. I'll listen to that one here. Also, The Like Switch by Jack Schaefer. That's a good book, especially if you have social anxiety. As far as movies, this one's hard because I'm always put on the spot as far as movies go. But I will say that the new stand-up specials on Netflix from Jen Kirkman and Michael Che, those are really good. Ooh, it looks like Jim Gaffigan has a new one too. The one from Michael Che, so funny. Surprisingly funny, because he doesn't really get to be that funny on SNL, but his stand-up was hilarious. This movie called Kill Switch: The Battle to Control the Internet. It's a really good documentary about Aaron Swartz and Edward Snowden. It's really, really, really good, and it'll really make you more aware of things going on. If I could think of any movies to recommend, I will put that on my app or tell you guys on Twitter or something, so just follow me. No, that's, not a very good answer, but when I'm put on the spot about books or movies or music, I just freeze up. My brain does not like things, I don't know. Okay, next question is, how do you live with your bipolar? Honestly, I don't really think about it very much. I just go to the doctor when I'm supposed to. I take my medication every single day. I never miss a dose, except for once in a blue moon. I never ever miss a dose because I know how important it is to keep taking it, and that really is what helps me deal with it. I don't really have to think about it. I just take the pill. That's how I deal with it. I take my medication. I'm compliant. But yeah, there are a lot of other aspects that I'm not going to go into, but for the most part, I just don't think about it. I just don't dwell on it. Okay, next question. Did you ever take a trip to New Jersey? No, I've never taken a trip to New Jersey. I've gone through the state, going to New York, but that's it. Okay, so is being good looking and having a job what girls want? Are looks important to you? Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty accurate. I would say looks are important to me. I mean, it's not only about looks, it's just about attraction, and there are some people I'm attracted to and some people I'm not. As far as having a mate or having sexual relations with someone, yes, looks matter. I don't want to have sex with someone that I'm not attracted to. So yeah, looks matter. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys and say that looks don't matter, because that would just be flat out lying and being fake. Obviously looks matter. I mean, I'm a human just like everyone else. I mean, do looks matter to you when you're looking for a partner? Yes, looks matter to everyone, and if you say they don't, you're probably lying or just have some really weird kink or fetish or something like that. But looks matter to everyone. I mean, but people are attracted to different things. So you might see a girl with a guy who you think is incredibly ugly, but she thinks that he's really hot. And you might see a guy with a girl who you think is incredibly ugly. I know there's not very politically correct words to use, but you know what I mean. You might see a girl with a guy who's hot, and then the girl doesn't look hot, and you're like, why is she with him? I think this to myself all the time, why is she with him? He should be with me. But anyways, but yeah, so people find different things attractive. So if you think you're not attractive, chances are there's someone else who thinks you are attractive. So yeah, everyone finds something different attractive, but looks matter to everyone. I mean, yeah, but I'll see a really pretty girl with a guy who I don't think is good looking, but she'll be really, really attracted to him. So yeah, different things for different people. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, basically. But yes, looks matter, and it is nice if they have income, because unfortunately we live in a society where you have to have income. So yeah, and I don't have enough income to support anyone else, so yeah, everyone has to make a living. So yes, having a good job is good. I mean, I don't think it doesn't matter if he has a high paying job, but that's always really cool if they do. But it's not a big deal. in my opinion. And some girls are gold diggers, but I would not consider myself a gold digger. Next question, how many times have they switched your meds? Really not that many times. Like usually when they switched my meds, it was because I wanted them to. But I mean, really only a couple of times have like they done it, like from them insisting it or whatever. So really only like 2, maybe 3 times have like they changed them. But usually it's from me changing them. And when I say it's from me changing them, I mean like me talking with my doctor about changing them, not like just me going off of them or changing my dose or whatever myself. I'm talking about like I would be the one that suggested the change, and then I would work with my doctor to find a different medication or a different dose or something like that. So it's not like you don't have any control or whatever unless you're in a mental hospital. If you're in outpatient care, it's not like you have no autonomy or anything like that. Next question, what are your thoughts on procrastination? I think procrastination is fine. I think people should be productive when they are most effective. So if you have to put something off until, you know, until 6 p.m. or something like that, or you have to put something off until Saturday or something like that, do it. I mean, I feel like people should do what they have to do when they will be most effective at doing it, not just when it's like forced. So obviously if you have a deadline, then you have to do it, but I tend to procrastinate, and I think most people procrastinate. I mean, obviously if you are able to get things done ahead of time, then that's amazing, and if you're ahead of schedule, that's amazing. But basically I think there are perks to procrastination too, like that, you know, last minute panic can really cause you to get things done. And yeah, I don't know. And when I was in school, I really relied on that last minute panic to get anything done. Like I could not write an essay, you know, 2 weeks ahead of time. I could only be motivated if it was like a couple of days before the deadline or something like that. So that's just me. Other people, they get started on things and can like slowly work on things. Not me. I have to have like the deadline coming up in order for me to push, you know, myself to get something done. So that's just me. I tend to procrastinate, but I think it's not that much of a bad thing if that's what motivates you. You know, if the deadline motivates you, or if you just feeling good enough to do it motivates you. So yeah, I say put off to tomorrow what you just don't feel like doing today, whether you need to take a mental health day or there's another priority that you have. So yeah, I think procrastination is natural and fine. Okay, so this is the last question. If you could go back in time and give yourself any advice, what would it be? Honestly, like pretty much everything I said in my 30 things I learned in 30 years video, and you can watch that video by clicking here. I'll leave a link to it below too. But yeah, all of the 30 things I learned in 30 years, that's what I would go back and tell myself. I know that's not really giving you a very good answer, but my battery is about to die on this camera, so I can't thoroughly answer that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm sorry if I didn't do a good job answering your question, but my battery's dying and I have to go. But I'll try and answer these more in upcoming videos, and it's really helpful for me to know like what you guys are asking about and curious about. So thank you if you gave me a question, and be sure to follow me on my social media if you want to give me a question for next month. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you all have a great day. Okay, bye!